Welcome, welcome, welcome back. A stressful start, but we will soldier on. So, after your harrowing battle with the zealots of the Church of Dawn, you have slain the foul supposed heretics, but taken a lot of damage in doing so. You made the decision, on completing your holy task, to retreat tactfully, heal your wounds, and then make your decisions afterwards. So you headed through the forest, and after travelling for an hour or so, the dusk starts to settle, and the sun dips below the mountains, bathing you in a reddish glow. Rising before you stands an old farmer's habblock, its ancient stone shale walls crumbling away, held up by dark petrified wooden frames. But weaving in and out of the structure are large tubes and bundles of wires, like worms carving its way through the remains of a decaying fruit. In the distance you can see the shambling forms of agri-servitors working neat rows of fields, as well as large mechanicum-styled combine harvesters sat motionless. I ask you, what would you like to do?
Limping towards the farm, I look to the two and go, let us find shelter within the confines of this building while we recoup. I am injured, and you two do not look too well either.
Yes, I could. She's kind of leaning on her bolt gun almost as like a crutch to like keep her up. I think I could do with some rest.
I'll start like looking around the farm while like walking down the road towards this thing.
Please do.
I guess we'll keep supporting Sister Argenta should she accept Paul's shoulder, who is, by the sounds of it, a lot shorter than her.
She accepts.
Wonderful. As you get closer to the farms, all the servitors in the field completely ignore you, busy on their assigned duties. The June Crawler, which is the vehicle in front of you, traditionally outfitted with various armaments of war and weaponry, but this one has saws and equipments used in various farming. Gerhardt, as you approach the building, you see a cogitator to your right with various displays clearly linked to the door.
Cogitator. I would like to use my data slate.
Sure. This particular cogitator isn't an interface cogitator. This would be, I suppose, a man of your experience would know this is the way to open the door.
Oh, put my hand on it, I guess in the handprint thing, or do what I needed to do on this thing that I would know that...
So you...
I press the open button.
I press open. I press the big red button. Gerhardt, as you place your hand on the pad, it throws back red error signs.
Suppose I'm not in the system. I'm gonna have to do this the old analog way. and I go dum, dum, knock on the door.
You beat me to it.
Nice. Nice. From inside, you can hear the shuffling of feet as the door is opened to you. And you see a young girl. A young girl. Where's my young girl? Where are you? God damn it. Hang on.
What time is it?
What time is it? 7 o'clock. In-game.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's about 7 o'clock. It should show you.
Citizen. No, mine's... Oh, yeah, it's right there. 7
Right.
p.m.
I can see the token.
Good evening.
Yeah, it's over there.
Right, so,
Good evening,
sorry.
citizen.
Standing before you is a slender woman. She is wearing simple rags, but has a meek look about her. She holds a mop and a bucket is in the corner. She's clearly cleaning and tidying. As she opens the doors to these potential heroes of the Imperium, she stands amazed and aghast and bows her head, courteously stepping backwards to allow you into the building.
Good evening, citizen.
Good evening. Welcome. It's an honour to meet people such as yourself. Please come in. Have you travelled to see the master?
We've travelled to a place to... We're wounded, you see. We've come for a place to rest. If your master's about, we would talk with him.
Oh, why, yes. Ottimo, he's in his desks over there. He's in the office. There's plenty of beds upstairs. There's only me who's around here these days. Do you want me to get him for you?
Yes, please.
Oh, okay. And she scurries off and keeps looking backwards as she goes to the door. She knocks on the door. Master, there's some people. They like your help. And she steps back to the desk. As the door opens, you see a tech marine step out. His red robes, the first obvious sign of his allegiance to the Adeptus Mechanicus. He's heavily augmented with mechadendrites coming out of his back, and come on. Hang on. He has mechadendrites coming out of his back and augmetic arms and legs. You can barely see any of humanity left on this person as he speaks to you.
Tech Marine, is that like a Space Marine but tech?
Yeah, so a tech marine, sorry, not tech marine, a tech adept. A tech adept, not a tech marine. But you are right, James. A tech marine would be a space marine who's kind of worships the Omnissiah. Good evening to you all. How can we help?
Hello, I'm Brother Gerhard, Sister Argenta, and Paul. We have been in a battle with some upstarts, impossible heretics, and as you can see, we're injured. We're looking for a place to mend our wounds. We request your aid.
My designation is Ortimo. Ortimo 14. Welcome. Please come in. You may use the hab. We have much room here. This is but a farm now.
Ortimo, thank you for your kindness in reverence of His Holy Emperor. I have two potential asks. Do you have a Vox that could reach off-world? Or would we have to go back into town?
My apologies, sister, but Voxes here are world-bound. If you wish to make a Vox off-world, it is best to speak to my master Heptex at the Julian Complex.
We should do at some point. It's come to our understanding that the local populace, they attacked us thinking it was your Heptex.
Query, were these the Church of Dawn?
Yes. Yes, or they were.
It is understood that the Church of Dawn equates to at least 8% drop in productivity. They are a menace.
Yes, and they're highly numbered as well. We were outmanned. Many fold over. We only just barely survived.
Where did you come from?
Was it south or north?
You came from the southwest.
Thanks,
Thank you,
Otto.
Otto. Yeah. We came from the southwest. Something about the ruins.
As
We were there to
you
investigate.
as you mentioned the ruins, as you mentioned the ruins, you can see his eyes blinking, flashing as he comes closer to you. He says, "You went to the ruins?"
No, we did not make it. We were injured before we could investigate.
We were resisted.
Yes.
Outpost of sorts.
It's where the people who attacked us came from and retreated to.
His obvious interest in you greatly diminishes as he kind of slumps back a little bit and almost turns towards the door. Those ruins are of great importance to the Adeptus Mechanicus. We require entrance, but the Church of Dawn denies us.
Well, we may have helped out with that issue. I think it's prudent that perhaps we speak to... I need some rest. We need to speak to the Heptex.
So to say that the resistance has been somewhat dwindled. There was at least near 300 of them, and only 4 escaped.
So, Otomo's eyes kind of... and he tilts his head slightly. You killed 300 members of the Church of Dawn.
Yes, in self-defense. They were trying to assassinate Heptex.
This is grave news indeed, and throws back to Ostia's age of rebellion. This is not a good sign.
No, it is not.
This is what happens when we veer from the teachings of our great holy emperor.
I do not know much of this, but please, you are welcome to use one of the cogitators in the corner. If you wish to relay any message, upload your data slates with the latest information, and upstairs you will find some living accommodations. There are no humans on this farm now. It is purely for the Mechanicum to prove its worth. You will find plenty of bed rest.
Thank you, Automo. Much appreciated. We will talk once we've healed as well. But a bit more about these runes. We do intend to return.
Ultimo, do you have... I know this may not be within what you have, but is there a Medicaid kit anywhere on site in case anyone were to be injured?
Well, more.
The contents of this site are unknown to me. It was not part of my subroutine to check the ruins before we established here. Please feel free to have anything you wish from the building that is not in my office.
Understood.
Thank you, Ultimo.
And
Who would that be, Ultimo? Just so I'm not wandering across every single room.
these sleeping habs are on the second floor up the stairs. The stairs are not automated. You will have to wait for me, Gerhard. I have not been able to figure out automated stairs yet.
Nice.
Argenta stands on it, expecting it to be like a
just lift up.
For any of those who would have been saw into his office, you would see two servo heads flying about, busying themselves as they are carrying various different crops and seeds from one side to the other. And in the far back, there is a large test tubes or examination pods, which clearly show a variety of different crops that aren't necessarily native to Ostia. Right. Is it all your decision to go at one level?
Yes.
Before I go, do not tarry, Paul. We need you in fighting shape. Don't know what lurks around the corner.
I'll be right there. I am fully intending on resting. But he would wait for Ultimo to sort of go back into his office, because he would probably ask the young lady who opened the door for us a question or two. He'd probably sort of turn to her and say, What about you? You know of any Medicare kits?
Oh, I'm not sure about Medicare, but there's quite a few things. You see, they emptied the abs in quite a hurry, so they weren't allowed to take all their stuff with them. On the first floor, you'll find the kitchen. Might have some Medicare's stuff in there, maybe a bit of old food, I'm not sure. But on the second floor, where everyone was sleeping, there might be a chest or two up there, but again, I try to keep my nose out of it. I don't go rummaging around, but
That is proper.
if he says you're welcome to it, then it's yours.
Much obliged. And what is your role here? I see that the base has been taken over by the servitors and the Mechanicus. You appear not to be either.
Well, I know. I live round these parts, and well, it's important that somebody sticks around and does some of the cleaning. But I'm not here all the time. I usually work in the field. You see, it's not my time to be in the fields, but I'm so worried I can't sleep. You see, and she kind of leans in closer to Paul and whispers, "They took my brother."
The Mechanicus, he would say quietly back.
No, not the Mechanicus. The Astra Militarum. Them men in the green armour. They took him away. My brother, he got in bad with that Church of Dawn. And
He serves his time in the military.
No, they've taken him off to Outpost Polaris. I think they've put him in jail. You alright, James?
Just at the stairs while listening to them talk, I turn around and listen to a couple of words, and looking back at Paul, I go, oh fuck! What was I gonna say? Paul, we are on a clock. We must not waste our time with insignificant moments from time to time. We must get word to Heptex, and quickly.
I ain't stopping that. All I'm saying is, you never know what is insignificant until the moment has passed.
The moment could pass as we speak. Time is of an essence.
Alright, well, one last question then. What crime was your brother accused of?
Well, he fell in bad with the Church of Dawn. And
He just fell in bad.
he fell in bad with them, you see. He was one of them who was rioting. He was kicking things over in the street. And you can't go around doing that. There has to be order. We have to spend our time in devotion to the Emperor. That's what we do here on Ostia. All our work, all of our toil, our suffering, it's all for him. It's all for the Emperor. By the sweat on our brow do we pray to him. That's why I'm here, doing what I can, working, because if I sleep, I'm not praising him.
Bless you, fellow servant of the Emperor. As she crawls up the stairs, inspired by those words of sacrifice and service.
Yeah, well.
If there's no cogitator upstairs, I'll come back downstairs too.
Sure. We coming upstairs
I'm
then?
just gonna. I'm ready to go upstairs. Paul would just now stay in parting where you find succor in the light of the Emperor.
Thank you. How do I drag you onto this scene? There we go.
We're here.
We should do it automatically.
Amazing. So, as you get upstairs, it is a dank and dusty area. Loose debris strews the ground. There's a few flickering candles which are likely bitten lit by the lovely God, I keep forgetting her name. Thravium, the lady you saw downstairs. Before you is some benches and tables and a door which could lead to the supposed kitchen. There's also some stairs leading further up ahead of you.
I'm going to quickly just walk upstairs just to see if there's a cogitator or if it's only downstairs. So
Sure.
I just walk up the stairs and look up.
Yeah, there's no cogitator upstairs. All you see is a huge amount of bunk beds.
Okay, I'm going to walk back down the stairs and to Paul and Sister Argenta. I'm going to go, rest up, heal your wounds, and if you've got any rations, this is the time. I'm going to send a message to Heptex via the data slate, the cogitator. He needs to be warned. He may not be aware that his life may be in danger. I'll not have his life on our hands. I'll be with you in a moment.
Yes. I'm going
I'll
to
see if
look
I
for
can-
that Medicaid kit. Sorry, Paul.
No. Yeah, you do that. I'll see if I can rustle up some food, if there's any.
Thank you, Paul. And I'm just gonna look back downstairs, and that's what I'll be doing for a little bit. And basically I'll be sending to Heptex, basically a quick rundown. Found a way to the ruins due to the fact that the truck that he was supposed to be on got under heavy arms fire. And after questioning, we went back to the main base, and we met with some resistance. We had to kill a whole bunch of them, and that basically he was the main target, and it was the Children of Dawn or Light, whatever they're called.
Children
We
of
found
Children
Xenos
of Dawn,
footsteps as well. Non-human footsteps on the way there as part of the tracks.
Also, we found non-human tracks, and I want to make very clear that the Children of Dawn, know his schedule. That his very regimented schedule, they know it. So when he goes to do whatever he needs to do, whenever he leaves, they know the schedule. So he may never be safe if he sticks to his same old, same old.
Cool. Okay. You do that. Could Gerhardt also roll me a... Let me just double check where it is. Can you roll me a tech roll, DN2, please?
Yikes. Okay.
What's your tech at?
3.
Oh, smashed it.
Nice.
Smashed it. So, then, as you plug in your data slate to the cogitator, you start typing out this message to Heptex. In the background, unbeknownst to you, your data slate is working hard, doing the things that it needs to do. And after it is finished downloading, you see this. Show to James.
Ooh.
You got mail.
You got mail.
You see that, James?
Oh, I see it, all right.
You see it. So, the map downloads onto your cogitator of the known places of Ankara. In the far northeast, you see the outpost Polaris of the Astra Militarum, the silos, where of course you arrived, the Habs, the Sortium compound, the Julian complex, and the ruins. To give you some context, James, you're sort of in the middle triangular point between the ruins, Sortium compound, and the Julian complex. So you're quite slap bang in the middle.
Okay.
In the middle with you.
Okay.
Nice.
Wonderful. And Sister Argenta and Paul, what are you doing in the kitchen?
Looking for some Medicaid kits.
Looking for some
food to
Medicaid. Okay, so I will ask...
Do you not want corpse starch, Paul? We have lots of corpse starch.
Sister Argenta, give me a investigation 4, please. Sorry, an investigation DN3, please.
If I can use these apples and this bread over here, fresh food often tastes better than corpse starch.
So, do I change the DN to 3 at the top?
It
it
should
says
automatically be 3. Investigation.
It says DN6.
Oh, shit. Yeah, no. So yours is DN6 because you are dying and you're wounded.
Oh, what? Fuck.
So,
Can I heal myself before I make these looks then?
Sure. How are you going to do that? You are welcome to have a respite and then search the hab block after your respite. And that would fully heal you and gain all your shock and everything else.
Yeah, I'm gonna.
I guess that makes sense.
Yeah, that makes more sense. Yeah, because DN6, that's mental. So yeah, she's just gonna start looking and then just realise how fucked up she is. She's Paul, I think I need to have a bit of a rest. And she just sits on the, what is it, on the table. She just leans on the table here.
She just lays down on the table.
Not laying on the table.
Cook.
Just leans on the table. Just, I think I need to rest before I start looking for things. I'm in no condition to do anything right now.
If you are inclined to rest, I'm sure there are better places to do so. Bedding, perhaps.
You can make whatever you want. I'll Stick to the corpse starch. And then she goes off to the bedrooms for some rest. Is the bedrooms on the floor up?
Yeah.
Yeah, she'd go up.
I think like Paul would want to try and rest, but he's just going to do a quick stock check of the kitchen. Like, is there any kind of like foods or like edible materials around that you could just like grab and either immediately hand over if there's like biscuits and shit, or stuff that's cookable.
Sure. So
I'm hoping that's not as hard to find.
with
Open the cupboard and see what's there.
yeah, with an immediate look around, all the food that you can see is, if it's fruit, it's starting to decay and mold. The bread is edible, but it's hard, it's quite stale, doesn't look too pleasant. There are some bottles on the side, which appear to contain white liquid. Could be milk, might not be. If you want to do an investigation DN2, if you want to do a bit of a deeper dive into it, I'll allow you to do that.
I can certainly try. With the bread, I sprinkle it with some water and put it in the oven. That tends to revitalize stale bread.
Sure.
Investigation.
The DN2 plus
two.
whatever bonus issues you might have.
That's become a DN3.
Cool.
Let's give it a go. That's not a great roll.
That's not a great roll. So you look around, but whether it's the after effects of the battle, the shock, the pain in your side, you search around, but nothing really jumps out to you. It all looks old, decrepit. If you were starving, sure, you might eat it, but it's seen better days.
The loaf of bread will have to do. He waits for it to heat up in the oven and then sort of brings a hot, semi-revitalized loaf of bread with him to the others and sort of breaks bread with the other two.
Sure. Are you all going upstairs?
If that's where we can go to rest,
Yep.
then yes. And kind of like while I'm resting, I'm taking my bolt pistol. I'm like looking at it, cleaning anything out, taking my chainsaw, picking bits of viscera off, and taking a cloth, and like systematically cleaning it down.
Declogging it.
That's a bit of skull. That's a femur. What's a femur doing there? I didn't kill a femur.
That's a little bit of sinew and tendon
Yeah,
dangling off the side there.
basically like I'm looking after my weapons like they're extensions of me. I particularly take very good care of my sword, and I'm getting into every bit of nook and cranny while sitting on one of these beds. Really paying attention to every bit, even blemishes on the white paint. I'm like cleaning off.
I would offer you a wrath die for completing the objective of was it following your oaths, following your vows?
Mm-hmm. You would?
I will. You are given one.
I was about to say I would, but fuck you.
I would, but I don't like you guys, so fuck you.
you guys had caused me nightmares to prepare for this session.
Cool.
My
So,
objective this session is hilarious.
as
It's
you,
so on brand.
what's your
Mine's-
objective? Oh God! Wow.
I did not pick it. I just wrote purge a heretical item or individual with holy flame.
Purge the unclean.
Happened today.
So,
What's mine? Dismiss the potential extent of psychic powers as being rumor or propaganda. Well, I guess we'll see.
yeah. So you all head upstairs, and in the top floor of this farmer's hab block, there is row after row of neat bunk beds. Once again, some of the candles have been lit, and there are various possessions strewn about. You see some coats, the odd pair of shoes, some food in bowls that once again has begun to decay and rot. But the beds look comfy, the room is warm, and they're very inviting. You do see a large chest in the far left-hand side of the building, which remains unopened.
Argenta's incredibly fucked up. She's just gonna go to one of the beds, get on her knees, do a little sermon and a prayer, and then she just gets inside her bed and then goes to sleep.
Paul would have handed over a third of the bread that's just been in the oven. Just said, here, have this with your corpse storage. Makes it a little bit more palatable. And also the same for Gerhardt, as he's cleaning his weapon, he puts a bit on the side of the bed. And then finds his own...
Puts it on the pillow. For later. He's like really engrossed in cleaning right now. First thing he does before getting any rest. And what I'd like to do is I'd like to use the Ketaspleen node, the unsleeping, to shut off pretty much every part of my brain that allows me to sleep, and keep a part of the brain on that allows me to be able to use my lineman's ear.
Oh my god.
Okay.
You can do that?
He can.
Space Marines.
Space Marines. Yes, he's able to go without sleep. Do remember, James, or I will give you for free, you are able to do that. You can go without sleep, but if you do not sleep, you won't gain the effects of the respite.
Oh, then I definitely won't do that.
Yeah, so there'll be no negative effects of you not sleeping because Space Marines don't need to sleep, but you are injured.
Yeah, okay, then I won't do that. I was just trying to use some of my implants.
That's good. Yeah. Yeah, if you were out in the wilderness and needed someone to keep watch and you were doing okay, like, that'd be a great thing for you and easy enough.
Then I'll definitely just respond.
Cool.
100%.
Yeah. Paul also just gets over to a bed and just finishes off his bread, lays back.
Wonderful.
Falls asleep. Or attempts to.
Fantastic. And with that, the sun will very quickly. No. Still getting used to this thing. The sun starts to set. And all that you can see in the room is the flickering of candlelight. Brother Gerhardt, your keen perceptive ears would probably notice that throughout the night, at no point do the servitors rest. They are busy toiling away until their allotted time is done, even throughout the night. So, with that in mind, you fall into a troubling sleep. As you slumber, you fall into a strange and terrifying hellscape. All around you is fire and brimstone. Suddenly you hear a great horn bellow in the distance, and from the ground rises thousands of the dead. They lumber towards you, dressed in armaments from ages past. From behind you hear the thunder of hooves. As you turn around, you see a horde of demons rushing towards you. As you try to move, you realize your legs are frozen in place, as you see ice begin to creep up your legs, through your arms and into your mouths. Panic sets in as you see the two armies rush towards you, pinning you from both sides. Then from across the battlefield, you hear a deep, rumbling laughter. As you look, your eyes fall upon a mountain of skulls, rising high into the blood-red sky, and sat atop this throne, a monster is watching you.
Yes, children. I want more blood for the blood gods, more skulls for the skull throne.
Can you all roll me a corruption save?
Oh, good.
It
What's that?
is a DN2, but I believe Sister Argenta might have something for you.
I do.
Do you want to tell them all about it?
Yep, I'm sorry, just checking it on my sheet.
Sure.
It's in my... Wait, it's not in my talents. Which one is it?
There is corruption.
I'm trying to find it as well. There's a corruption number on combat in mutations, but there's nothing to click.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, you and any allies within 15 meters gain +2 bonus dice to corruption tests. You gain +2 bonus dice to any test to resist the effects of a psychic power.
It's conviction you roll, sorry. Conviction rolls
Purity
against
of
corruption.
faith.
So we get a +2.
Yeah.
Conviction.
It's a DN2, but conviction's right above resolve, right above corruption in your combat tab.
Oh, got it. Okay. So we clicked on that. Roll corruption. What's the DN2?
Mm-hmm.
That's gone up to 3, presumably because of being wounded.
Yeah. Does mine go up? Yeah,
I'll-
you and any allies. +2 bonus dice.
I'll say by the time that you are rolling this, you would not be wounded anymore. So let's have you not be wounded.
Alright, well,
Is there a way to just do
one in the
respite?
base? I just put 1 in the base and it upped it to 2.
Cool. Let's take that off. Wounds.
So that's nice, cool,
Sure.
plus a bonus of 2. Okay.
Oh, Gerhard. That was very close.
It was.
Easy, Paul. Easy.
I am uncorruptible.
Wait, why is it still
Fast
only
like
3
friction.
on mine?
Because
3-1.
presumably you put in 2 and it's automatically added +1 because of your wounded. So put in 1 in the base and it should go to 2.
Okay.
Hang on. I've taken
Should.
all your bits off. So if you roll conviction, just do your +2.
So I've already got a +2 in my bonus. Do I do another +2 on top of that?
+2. Ooh. Unless it's done that automatically because you've got the talent for you.
Well, no, it's because I've got a thingy as well.
No, so
Again.
corruption and psychic power tests. Yeah, so it's already done your +2. So just 3 +2. Oh, a wrath critical. Oh, Sister Argenta. Before you awake and the nightmare ends, I will, through your strength of will and your devotion to the Emperor, you manage to combat the ice burrowing into your body, and I'll allow you to speak to the person who I'm pretty sure you know who it is, but I'll allow you to speak.
Yes, but she does not know.
Oh, does she not? Okay.
What? How would they? Like
The
the
DM just gave it to you for
exact,
free.
Well,
the exact gods.
yeah,
Well,
probably not. But anyway, I will allow you
But
to say
anywho, she'll
something
be
in
like-
response.
Be gone with you, foul demon! The Emperor's light will guide us! And then she just struggles to pull out her book and just holds it in defiance against him.
Nice. You see him snarl.
Don't you dare defy me. I am watching, just like my brothers are watching. We will be coming for you.
The Emperor protects!
Hell yeah.
And that's it.
Nice. And let me show you... there it is. Right. And this is a vision of what you see.
Well, this smells like heresy.
Oh, wait. So Tuck, was that something that we all saw individually, or would we all have been in that sort of waking nightmare together?
Yes, can we see each other?
So
yeah, is what I'm saying.
You all had this exact same vision. You all heard the exact same things. So Paul and Gerhardt, although you would not be able to see Argenta, you don't even know Argenta's there. But as she speaks to this entity, you do hear her voice echoing across the battlefield. And it gives you some comfort to know that she's there. But you cannot see anybody.
Yeah. That's interesting.
Okay. Congratulations. I was worried that one of you was going to fail that.
Yes. Oh, I'm glad I picked a sister now.
Yeah.
Yeah, Jetta.
However, though, we can't communicate with any of the robots or anything like machine related, but demons, be gone.
Demons, fuck you. Yeah. And with that, the sun starts to rise on this noisy farm. You are all fully respited. You've all had this weird dream. What would you now like to do after your respite?
Be the other two, and kind of like cracking my neck and stretching out my scar, the taut muscle and skin on my right leg. Yeah. Good morning. Seems like you're well rested.
Yes.
We must talk about our next move.
Yes. Well, she clings hold tightly to her book up in her chest. Yes. Well rested, but most certainly not pleasant. Ever since I've come to this planet, I've been plagued by the ruinous powers. Whatever. We must resolve.
What manner of ruinous powers? Sort of, now Paul kind of looks over to Sister Argenta with slightly suspicious eyes.
Transport disappearing. The lowly serfs believing that something is the Emperor talking to them. And then I had the most dreadful dream. This mountain of bones and skulls. And this demon saying he was coming for us and he was watching us, but I could feel the Emperor's light guiding me, emboldening me, strengthening me. Times were at their darkest.
I had the very same vision, though I heard your voice clear as day towards the end. Lord Gerhardt, did you too see this vision?
I slept well enough. We must focus on our mission at task.
Did you receive word on your communications yesterday then?
I have sent a message to Heptex at this time. I'm sure he would have received it. The man probably does not get no sleep. But I was thinking. What we went through before could have got us killed. Could have got you killed. There is something within those ruins, and it would seem it would have something to do and at play with what is going on with this world in Ostia and why the food shortage has been a case with people going missing. But if this is the case, it'd be a rather dangerous area to navigate. I personally...
Without a guide.
Yes. I, myself, if I was by myself, could scope out the ruins. But, alas, I am not. And it would not be in my conscience, or in good conscience, to lead you two astray and get you killed. Certainly not on a mission that I am on. My proposal: we find a little bit more information about what is there. Talk to the people. Paul, you might be instrumental in this. Sister Argenta and I, sometimes we can bring hope. Sometimes we can bring fear. But you're a man of the people. They may open up to you. I wouldn't want to go into a situation that would get you killed. What say you?
Yeah, there is wisdom in your words, and I do agree the two of you cast a certain shadow amongst the people. Shadows, not a bad thing necessarily, but they are revered.
Every fiber of my being wishes to purge whatever has bewitched the people of this place. But it wouldn't be serving the Emperor if we were to all die. And well, it would be too headstrong without informing the Inquisition of such events. Whatever happens, whatever we become to resolve, whatever solution that we help come up with, the Inquisition must come to this planet. Whatever turned 200 poor souls may be much, much deeper across the billions of this entire planet. Like you said before, when I tried to convert that one man, there are many more that we need to concern ourselves with. I think talking to the people is certainly of import to find out what's going on. But we must speak to Heptex directly. And we must use the One Vox machine to be able to communicate back to Gilead Prime and to the Inquisition.
Well, I believe, and in saying that, do you two have Vox beads on you?
I do not.
Neither do I. But I assume the Mechanicum would.
Well, Heptex has been contacted, but I have not had contact back yet. I don't know whether they can do that through the data slate or the cogitator. I'm not too sure. You have to fill me in there.
Yeah, sure. You'd have to go and plug your data slate back in to see if you had a message.
I'm going to check the cogitator this morning to see if Heptex has replied back. depending on what he says, could change our move. We could speak and go to Heptex, though this is going to be quite the walk. And I walk over to both of them, and open up my data slate, and I show them the map that I've got downloaded.
Ooh.
I have a thing for this.
Ooh. You swipe it over to our data slates, and then we have. It's house sci-fi.
There you go.
Ooh.
We are between the Julican complex and the Sortium compound, roughly in this quadrant here. The ruins to our south, and the cathedral due east. If we are to try talk with the people, possibly at the cathedral, I think it would be best, Paul, if you were to go in away from Sister Argenta and I. Maybe not to arrive at the same time. If they were to believe you're with us, they may be less inclined to talk. What do you think?
That I can certainly try.
I don't know how fast word has spread of what has happened. But there might be some fearful people. We might not get very far. But I must see what Heptex has said before we can make our decision.
Of course.
What do you think?
I think that is wise. Any information we can get will be to our advantage.
Agreed. I'm gonna grab my breadstick. Because I haven't eaten yet.
It's a good breadstick.
I kind of, without a word, I kind of like hold the breadstick up to Pongo. And I start walking downstairs towards the cogitator.
Sure.
He'd nod back.
I didn't see
Meanwhile,
the
I'm checking out this chest that you pointed out earlier.
Cool. I will give, just so Gerhardt knows, you have had a message back from Heptex. And it simply says, meet me, Julian compound, password Delta Theta Gamma.
Delta, Theta, Gamma. Okay.
Julian complex.
I could very well be saying that wrong, but that's how I've got it in my head.
That's fine.
Julcian?
It works for all of us.
Julcian?
Julcian?
Julcian complex. Cool. So, Paul, are you attempting to look around?
I guess I am. I'm having a look in this chest.
Wonderful.
Automo basically said we're free for anything that we find of value, so
You
we'll see if
open
there is
the
anything of value.
chest.
What he's also going to do, depending on the contents of the chest, he'll search through or pick through whatever remains of like the jackets and overcoats or clothing. Ah, there we go. And pick a local style jacket to wear that fits him in the event that he goes to speak with the people. To try and fit in a bit more, basically.
Sure. Give me investigation DN3. Just to see if one of your size exists.
Yeah, sure. Investigation, DN3, there we go. Ha! No.
So you find some ladies' clothes, a few children's shoes. You see a very crudely woven woolly hat. But sadly no coat or overcoat that would fit you. Paul, as a human who has lived on Terra, you would know that such an overcoat would be a prized possession for any peasant, being heavy, warm and also expensive.
Yep, fair enough. But I see that there is ration packs, clothing, and a 970 entrenching tool in this chest.
There is.
So I'm going to take the entrenching tool and I guess the ration packs.
There you go. You are welcome to it.
I don't know what the entrenching tool does, but I'm going to have a...
But you've got one anyway.
I've got one anyway. And I'm going to go through and find it in this here handy-dandy rulebook while everyone else gets a moment to roleplay.
Cool. I guess you then head downstairs. Or are you heading all the way downstairs?
Yeah, because I need to go to the cogitator, right?
I mean, I've given you the information for the cogitator, so you can say you've done that, but...
Okay, so I go to Sister Argenta as she's in the room as well, and I go, Sister, looks like we have a heading. Heptex has responded.
Glory to the Emperor.
Glory to the Emperor. The Julian complex wishes us to meet him there, and he's given us a passcode to get in. I think it'd be prudent to speak with him, considering he has been targeted for attack.
Out of game. Is the Julian complex the place where the Mechanicus are, or is it a different area?
Yeah, it's Heptex told you at the silos that's where the Adeptus Mechanicus are.
Yeah, cool. So, just right. That's very prudent indeed. You're correct. I think we'll get access to that box as well. I need to speak to Gilead Prime. You're correct. And perhaps we may even be able to requisition some tools that can help us wipe out this scourge.
Small smile goes on Gerhardt's face and he goes, Sister, are you sure you're not a psycho? Because you're reading my mind.
You'll learn sooner or later, my lord. Scourging is always on my mind.
Cool. Are we heading downstairs?
Before we head down as well to Sister Argenta, I say, you also have my commendation. You fought well, and you may have saved my life. This will not be forgotten. You will always be under the wing of the angels.
Thank you, my lord. It is my dream to die in service to the Holy Emperor. It is all I ever aim to do.
May we all be that blessed.
Aquila. And then I'm going to have a look in the kitchen. I'm just going to have a look inside this kitchen to see if I can find any Medicaid kits about.
Sure. Roll me DN3 investigation.
Yay!
Also catch up Paul. Well, so while that's happening, I'm exact same thing, catching up Paul.
I'm sorry to say, Argenta, that Paul opened all these cupboards and couldn't find anything either.
Breath die.
Almost like you're. It's almost like you're looking in the exact same place as Paul looked.
Wait, would it be one Raft die would do all of it?
No, you've only got one success, so you need 2 Rathdai.
Ah, nah, that's not worth it.
Oh, doesn't a Wrath die re-roll all fails?
Oh, sorry, yeah, yes, sorry.
Yeah,
I'm thinking
glory just gives you 1 extra,
Okay.
Your Wrath die
okay.
has been reset because it's the new session, so everyone should have 2 now.
Cool.
Oh,
Yeah,
and to be fair, let me just double check. Purge a heretical item or individual with holy fame. I'm inclined to say you purged Khorne with some holy spitfire.
Yay!
Oh, is that the name of the guy?
Yeah,
In the vision?
Khorne. Khorne.
like the metal band.
Yeah.
I know.
Yeah.
That's
So I will give you a wrath die for that because it was some good. It was kind of in keeping with your goals, and it was good.
okay.
Nice.
Reroll those fucking failures. Come on, you get that many,
Come
hey,
on.
mate.
How do I do that?
Right click on the 3s, and it says reroll failed.
Genta.
Magenta.
Oh!
That was a very good use.
Wow!
Holy shit.
What do I do with a shift?
Well, I mean,
So-
I guess the shift could get turned into glory.
Well,
Can
there's two things you can do with the shift. It's up to you. You can shift. So it's a DN3, so you can shift one of them into glory, or you can shift to get a better outcome.
Oh, better
Yeah.
outcome. Better outcome. Yes.
Better outcome.
You just went up from a bandage to a Medicaid.
I know. you found some rags to an actual Medicaid kit.
Let me just double check something. Let me just double check something because
Oh,
I
thank
don't.
you, James. That was a fucking very good. Very-
I've been
Yeah.
doing some reading. Wrath is super clutch. Wrath is clutch.
Yeah. The 970 entrenching tool, by the way, is just a fancy shovel.
Fancy shovels.
That is the holy weapon of the Imperial Guard. There is nothing mightier than the shovel.
So, because you've shifted for a better outcome, you do find a medikit,
Yes!
but
It's empty.
lying at the bottom of a wardrobe in a hidden compartment that you had not poor Paul had no idea was there. Perhaps the Emperor himself was calling to you and pointing out an area.
Heresy.
You find this item.
Ooh. What is this?
What is it?
Go and have a look.
It's over there.
Oh, I'm zoomed in.
Martyr's gift. Etiquette.
So, the battle ready of you may have come across these extremely rare Medicare kits, but they include all requirements and include a standard augmetic replacement for a lost limb or eye. The augmetic is temporary and becomes useless after 24 hours, but will work to get you out of a pinch.
Get you through.
Ooh. That's really good.
That is. Bearing in mind how close we got to actually losing a hand in the last. She picks this up and then, as she
That's
goes
cool.
pick it up, she sees the like gargantuan lasburn that covers like most of the surface of her hand, and it shakes a little bit, and a single tear goes down her eye. She goes, "He does protect," and then picks it up
Nice.
and puts it in.
So double click on the item pile and pick it up.
Elite.
Oh,
Okay.
Martyr! That's very so on brand.
Very on brand.
Love that. Yes.
There you go. So that's what you get for your shifted die on the investigation test.
What a use of wrath.
Oh. Yeah.
What a result that was. Jesus.
Now,
Well-
for context, I will point out that is a Wealth 6 rare item.
Oh my god.
So
He lives for days.
use it sparingly, but it is yours.
Right. How does Medicaid, like, for example, for injuries, does that just use it and then it goes for any old injury? Or, like, because I understand the augmetic eye, or whatever, you can
That's
only use
one-time
once.
use, yeah.
Yeah.
The other parts in it.
So it will always be a medikit. There doesn't seem to be anything about like running out. I don't know. It says medikits contain just enough medical accoutrements to mean the difference between life and death on the battlefield. So maybe it is a one-time use.
Right, well, because that's...
You can make Medicare tests to perform surgeries and heal others without suffering a DM penalty. I will look into it. I'll look into it because it's not clear. It might be unlimited use. It's certainly the augmetic is a one-time use. And if that's the case, it would just then turn into a medikit. But I'm not sure. The wording is unclear.
But yes, she walks in to the rest of the group and she's like, I certainly found a medikit. The Emperor watches over us today.
The Emperor provides.
He does.
The Emperor does indeed provide.
Now let's implement his will.
She's so devout.
The Julian... What's it called? Julian Complex. Post haste.
Cool.
I guess northwest we head.
As you head downstairs... I was going to say, as you head downstairs, it almost looks eerily identical to when you left. The three tech scribes are still sat at the cogitators, working away, their fingers tapping rhythmically. The only noticeable difference is the missing person of Thravium, who is no longer there.
Thravium was the young lady.
Thravium was the young lady. Can I do a thing? Can I do this? Do I have the power to do this? I might do. I do! Yes! Thravium. That is Thravium. There you go. James, what would you like to do?
Okay.
Before we do head out, I'm gonna knock on the door. Ultimo, his brother Gerhard.
As the door opens, you see a skull servitor, servo skull, hovering in front of you as it opens the door, allowing you entrance as it buzzes back to doing its busy work.
Ultimo, we'll be taking your leave.
Ultimo has his back to you and is typing furiously on a pad in front of what appears to be some sort of wheat product in a test tube.
We'll be heading out now, and thank you for the respite. I wanted to say that when we do head back to these ruins, I'll be sure to visit you here and let you know when we're going. I just want to make sure that the angels and the Mechanicus are always walking side by side.
As you mentioned the ruins, almost wheels around, staring at you, says, Gerhard, welcome. Did you have a good reboot?
I did have a good reboot, Ultimo. I feel much better.
This is acceptable. What should you wish?
Well, we're going to go speak with Heptex, get the lay of the land. But I wanted to assure you that when we do head to the ruins, if you have an expressed interest in it, I will come here before doing so. So you may be best prepared for what comes next.
This is good of you, Gerhard of the Absolvers. The ruins are of the utmost importance in Ankara. There can be no greater prize than the secrets within. Omnisire will it. We will uncover them. But please, make haste to Heptex. If his life is in peril, then we are not safe here, and I fear for our operations in Ankara.
It is of the utmost importance, Ortimo. We will be leaving at once. I just wanted to let you be aware of our movements, so that you may be prepared for our return.
Ortimo nods and then turns back to his work as you see the tendrils start to flick out of his back again, typing lots of different tabs at the same time.
Emperor protects.
A servo's skull comes back to the door and shuts it as you leave.
Everything in order. We're ready to move out.
I believe so.
Okay,
To Heptex then.
to Heptex.
Wunderbar. You all set off. Let me just... progress the time a little bit. Progress the time a little bit. Thank you.
Genetor is off emptying the tank before a long journey. So you're taking a piss?
Dunzo.
Nice.
Emptied. Been drinking lots of cups of tea.
Ah, man, now you've made me want to go to the loo. Damn it.
Oh. Wonderful. Well, I'm glad this is going smoother than it started.
Yes.
You mean us not killing everyone, or just the whole not getting in?
Just. I mean, there was a little bit in me that was like, maybe they will try and kill the tech adepts. I mean, who fucking knows?
Heresy!
You didn't bless the Emperor. This is heresy.
We're cordial when you don't fire rockets at us, okay?
Yeah, too
Yeah.
right.
Yeah. I feel like that's a pretty low bar. Like,
It's fair. It's fair.
When heavy truck destroying weaponry comes out, I mean, patience levels go way down.
Yeah, that's fair enough. Simon.
Apparently the Chaos Gods loved it.
Oh, well, one of the Chaos Gods loved it. He fucking loved it.
he loves a lot of corpses, and they're really like. To be fair, he does have a favourite,
Hello.
and there's just Google Khan the Betrayer. He's basically the Doom guy with a chainsaw axe.
Khan the Betrayer.
Yeah.
How are we spelling Khan?
Oh,
K-H-A-N.
is it K-H-A-R-N or is it just K-A-R-N, Tom?
It's
I think it's
Khorne. Corn.
Oh, cool.
Khorne is Khorne, the blood god.
No, Khan the Betrayer.
Oh, sorry, Khan the Betrayer. What, from...
Yeah, I mean... the World Eaters. The guy who's got, like, on his gun is, like, got a kill count on it, and he has, like, a chainsaw axe. He's basically like the Herald. I think it's K-H-A-R.
K-H-A-R-N.
Yeah, Khārn. Yeah, that's it.
so fucking metal.
He's a beast. Anyway, so you three merrily head off in the distance, away from the relatively peaceful Mechanicum farm as they work their toil. You walk for a long distance with nothing to disturb you. It is a nice morning. The sun is shining over the tops of the mountains as you walk along the path. You have once again entered into the realm of endless fields and endless toil. The further away from... When I get one of those, I think I've done something wrong. Oh no, Ed's just putting stuff in the thing. As you walk further away from the Mechanicum farm, you find more and more fields being worked and toiled by the humans of this world. They are happily working, some even with smiles on their faces, even as the blood and sweat mingles in their hands as they are desperate to grow as much produce for the Gilead system. As you walk along, some of them do stop and stare and look over towards you. If anybody wants to do a awareness test, let me just double check that.
That is a skill that is called awareness.
That is a thing, yeah. If anybody wants to do an awareness test, they can attempt to listen in to some of the conversations of the labourers.
I will do so. What's the DN?
The DN is... There's some machinery. I'm going to say DN 3.
Alright, cool. Basic DN. I do not.
So Sister Argenta does. Now, Sister Argenta, I will allow you to roll on the complication die if you wish, or I can create something for you. It's up to you. Oh, wait, no, you've already done it. Machine spirit. Some technology in this. Okay, yeah, that's cool.
Something in the environment.
Paul has rolled. Is Brother Gearhart interested in rolling, or are you happy with Sister Argenta doing it?
Gerhard already rolled.
Oh, did you? Oh, sorry. Yes. Okay. So, Sister Argenta and Gearhart have passed, but one pass with a complication. Okay. Wonderful. So, as you're walking past, you do hear the talking of some of the labourers. It's hushed voices. They know that if the Administratum Adepts see them doing anything but work, they might be in for the lash or for rations. But you hear two women talking to each other, and they say, I heard that Mechanicus leader is actually working for the Twilight Shades, and that's why the grim harvest is getting worse. As you move further along, you hear a small child and a man, and the man speaking to the small child, and he says, there's soulless evil in man form. That's all them servitors is. Those ghouls suck your soul right out of you and make the body keep working. You gotta stay away from them. As you keep going, there's a group huddled together, all bent down, appearing to be pulling something heavy out of the earth, and they're muttering to each other. What do you think would happen if the children adored and stopped guarding the ruins? Or if the Mechanicus got in, I bet it'd be the grim harvest for all of us. But as you're walking along, listening to all of this, is there anything you want to do?
Personally, just listening.
Head forward on the way to the complex as my mission.
Paul is oblivious.
I'm going to be too distracted by whatever this complication is to do anything. I'm imagining it like it's like a, I don't know whether it be a servo, just like she can hear it, like the awareness is there, but she can't pay any attention to it because whatever's going on, like whether it be a servo skull or something, or like her data slate is just like cracking off. She's like, "Fuck, what's going on?"
So, I hadn't forgotten your critical roll. Okay, I hadn't forgotten it. Okay, so from across the way, you hear a strange noise. You hear the sounds of and lumbering out of the forest is a servitor, an agri-servitor. They're clearly in some distress. I'll give you that they're clearly looking some distress. They are wandering around almost aimlessly, their servo arms flinging wildly around, and sparks are coming out of the back of where some connections seem to have loosened.
Yeah, she's utterly distracted by that, but there's nothing she can do because she has no background in anything like that. She's just kind of, she heard it, but she's not just kind of looking around at it as she's walking past.
As it's lumbering jaggedly across the road, one of the labourers in the field screams out and says, "Look out! There comes another one! It's them soulless fiends!" And the agri-servitor cranks its head up, raising, and its eyes start to go a reddish hue as it raises its arms for combat.
Fuck.
Shit.
Ooh.
Fuck!
I was about to see if I could do anything.
Can.
Like use mental force against it.
Well,
but I guess
Yeah.
it's combat time.
that is something that you can do. That is up to you, but it is looking at you with its unholy red eyes. So,
Eyes up. This thing does not look right.
who would like to go first?
Maybe I react and do something called mental force first. So I could do that from a distance, and it may help everyone else.
Go for it.
So I will target it.
Go for it.
I believe the 15 meters. So I should be able to do it.
Yeah.
So mental force, click. DN3. I shouldn't have any issues with rolling that.
It did it! Did a thing! It did a thing! Okay, you easily, using the power of the warp, expel your mental force. You are able to shift some die should you wish. Comfortably shift some die.
I'm going to shift both. I may... I'll put it into glory for now.
Sure.
Two extra glory for the party. So mental force then.
You can only shift one glory per test, I believe. Hence why it ran away so rampant last time we combated.
I believe that is correct. That's a little bit loud.
Right. Well, okay.
That's right. I will drop that.
I only shift the one. I'll only shift the one. There's no point shifting the other into range increase.
Sure. I mean, you can shift it into damage.
That's not one of the options. Oh no. No.
Okay.
Not for this.
So I need to roll agility test, right?
You do, yeah. So, so through sheer willpower, you summon an invisible mental force and use it to shove a target in the line of sight. So I'm just going to target that guy and then just like slam my hand down to force him prone.
You do such a thing.
The target must immediately make a agility test or be knocked prone.
It fails on the agility test. Easily fails with your DN4. And roll damage?
It doesn't do damage.
Oh, why does it say roll damage? Okay.
I mean, I can click the button and see what happens.
Oh, damage 0. Okay, there you go. Wonderful. You do that. The servitor, it falls down heavy on the asphalt. And let me just do one of these.
So I basically see what it's doing. I notice it. I notice it's about to sort of engage with us, and I say, "Get down!" As I sort of reach out with my mind and mime with my hand at just a slamming force that just gets like amplified with warp energy, and it forces it onto the ground.
Okay, as you see it hit the deck, you see another cable scratch out of the back of its head. Is there anything else you'd like to do?
That's my action. I guess I get simple actions and free actions. I'm just gonna move a little bit further away from it,
Sure.
just in case. Like so, and just say, "I'll see how long I can hold it. Maybe see what's wrong with it. If not, dispatch with it."
Wonderful. So, and with that, it is the servitor's turn. The servitor is going to use its simple action to get up off the floor. It is now moving.
Oh,
It's moving even more sluggishly. It's jittering and jolting, and its legs aren't working properly. It now has half speed, so it can only move 2 meters. But 2 meters is enough as it walks towards the nearest target. And it's going to raise its claw and attempt to swipe out.
Shit, sorry.
That's all right.
That's alright. It was cool.
I thought that was gonna have more effect.
But its clumsy swipe of the servitor's arm does nothing against Sister Argenta. All that you can see is this jiggering jolting of its body as the second wire is now flailing around on its back. Who would like to go next? Argenta or Gerhard?
I can attack and get rid of it so you don't have to move away.
Yeah,
in
well,
melee.
also, Argenta's been distracted by this whole thing. She's kind of like bewildered by it. She just thought it was just a servitor. She wasn't expecting it to come and attack her. I think she's seen Paul do something. She's just kind of in disbelief.
Sure. Gerhard, please, go ahead.
As it swipes out at Argenta, I unclip my chainsaw and go, and I'm going to go, stand back in the name of the Emperor, and I'm going to try to decapitate it.
Okay. I think that's called a cold shot. Is that what you're trying to do?
No, flavor-wise, like
Okay,
I just aim for heads.
Yeah, that's fine.
You can do that, though.
I was gonna say you can do I'm sure they're called cold shots if you're like going for like an arm or a specific part of the body. That's totally up to you.
I can't remember what it does mechanically to make a decision on it.
Quickly looking. Cold shot 186. Right.
Target opponent's points.
Oh, you got it already, yeah.
You can make an attack called a cold shot by declaring a target such as a gap in the armor, an eye, or an vulnerable point. Your attack suffers a DN penalty depending on the size of your target based on the cold shot. So size of the target, if it's medium, it's a +1.
Yeah, so head would be a +2.
There's a little table below.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hand, head, +2.
But you'll do extra
Ooh.
damage.
I'll give it a go. Why not?
Yeah, go for it.
Yeah. Okay. I'm going to go for the head cold shot.
Go for it.
I'm going to do it as an all-out attack.
Okay.
And we're going to go Chane Sorde.
Here's hoping this guy does not bleed red.
Oh, look at all that dice.
Holy shit!
Guys, I
you-
see
you
no
can
harm
shift
in
some,
Gerhardt, doing cold shots here.
You can shift some dice if
Savage
you want.
Echoes. Savage Echoes, so reroll that one. I'm gonna roll one into glory.
Mm-hmm.
Shift damage, shift glory. And the other one I'm going to shift for better result.
Sure. Yeah.
So whatever that is, just shift.
Roll for damage.
And the main thing I'm trying to do is I'm aiming for the back cables, just to not take its head off, but to clip the cables at the back.
Yeah. Great
Just to shut it
idea.
off.
Roll for damage.
Okay.
Is that with your extra 2 ED?
Oh, +2 ED. I didn't see that. Okay, so 2 ED would be this.
Cool. Either way, with a 12, you beat his resilience of 10. So, Brother Gerhardt, describe what you do with your chainsword.
So as the swing comes in, I kind of parry down the arm that's going towards Agenta, and then I flick it up really quickly and expertly, and the chain goes behind the cables that are connecting to the back of its head, and go take those off so they disconnect from so it disconnects from his spinal cord, so basically shutting thought process off from the body but without taking his head off.
Wonderful. And as quickly as it starts, silence as the servitor slumps forward, motionless in the middle of the road. A good combination of Paul damaging the first electrical cable and Brother Gerhardt damaging the second has caused a bloodless encounter.
Hey!
Proud of you.
Yay! We're getting better.
So, with that, the sudden onrush of this monstrosity is brought low, and labourers from all around the field behind you stand agorp at the sight. Many never seeing a chainsaw or the use of warp powers before, as you now have an audience of people watching you. Did you see what happened over there? He just pushed him over. He didn't even touch him. As he touched him over, they're right heavy. Yeah, but what's that? I don't think he's here to cut down the trees. What are they doing?
Back to work, serfs. This is just a malfunctioning servitor. Happens all of the time.
Give me intimidation. It's going to be like a DN1, I'd say.
I was going to say, is there somewhere I can help with that? Because I can hover up behind Sister Argenta into the air to add a little bit more intimidation factor.
Nice. Oh, he's done it. Right, so
But he doesn't.
with the resounding voice of a Sister of Battle, they all do rush back to their duties away from the fence. Congratulations. You did a thing.
I'm going to pick it up. I'm gonna put it on my shoulder. And I'm like, might as well send it to Heptex for diagnostics. We're on the way.
Yeah,
I'm gonna
why not?
say you can do that, but they are fucking heavy.
Okay.
I'm wondering if there's something-
So just give us athletics DN3, just in case, because they are heavy fuckers.
Athletics.
Yeah, easy. Argenta and Paul, you see Brother Gearhart lifting this heavy, bulky servitor, huge servo arms protruding from it as if it was a child. What would you like to do next?
That's an excellent idea there. I'm sure Tex will be appreciative of that. And, well, we have potential servitors to be made at that place as well that we were at before, so I suggest we move onwards.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Wonderful.
I've just got this thing kind of like limped over my shoulder. I'm like, walk around and kind of like feel his chain arm going bing, bing, slapping against the back of my my scout armor.
Nice. Jesus, Gearhart is a Chad. Lifting up a servitor.
Yeah. This,
Right.
This here is space marine material.
Right.
Big strong boy.
So then, you carry on down the road, Gearhart carrying this unconscious, dead, who knows, body of a faulty servitor, clinking as its servo arm hits the back of your armour. You carry on walking, fields all around you, many people working them, as well as many servitors. And let me just show you, because you've not seen this one yet. Come on, fields, not that one. I'm gonna...
Like the campaign setting, do you have too many fields?
I do. There it is. Found it. There you go.
Ooh.
It is a hive of industry. And everyone is doing their doing their part to keep the system well fed. But as you walk down the road, you are overcome with the horrendous stink of sulphur and foul stenches you can't quite comprehend. The sound of heavy machinery gets increasingly louder as the source of the putrid smell becomes clear. A bland, imposing structure covered in industrial piping and bewildering machinery. The Adeptus Mechanicus Julcian complex is an incongruous sight amongst the fields of Ankara. As you approach the large gates, you see the all too familiar image. Show everyone the all too familiar image of the skull and cog cross of the Adeptus Mechanicus. Outside are 2 tech adepts standing guard, preventing anyone from entering.
Okay. Oh well, I've just seen that the map is updated.
Cool.
Oh, had you not seen that? Sorry.
Well, no, I had the images in front of me open.
Okay. As Gearhart gets closer, they lower their halberds, not threateningly, but to ensure that there's distance between you and the gate.
Holding the servitor, I step forward, and all I see is Delta, Theta, Gamma.
Nice. With that, the halberds raise. One of them, its eyes start clicking away. The other one remains silent.
Did the halberds come back?
So the halberds are back up, non-threateningly. They are away. But the door's not open. No, there's meant to be a door there.
No, we can see through.
Oh, can you? Okay. Bollocks, I forgot to put things there. Anyway, so after a short period of time, the door begins to open as its huge gates and cogwheels pull these titanium plates apart, and stood in front of you is good old Heptex.
Good old Heptex.
And just in case, I will show you him again for... Oh, there he is. Good old Heptex.
Good old
HP.
Heptex.
He meets you at the door and says, welcome to my Julcian complex. Thank you for arriving so promptly. Come in. As he leads you down the dusty road towards the entrance. On either side, you see large combat servitors patrolling the upper gantries of the complex. On the floor, you see many servitors walking backwards and forwards, coming in and out of various hatches of the building, some of them clearly in need of repair, whilst others trampling back, presumably to the fields, to carry on their work.
Now to you, sister.
Thank you, Paul.
As you all enter, you see a smog-filled manufactorum in miniature. The inside of the complex is constantly abuzz with Adeptus of the Mechanicus worshipping the Omnisire through the pursuit of knowledge and maintenance of machines. The entire interior is given over to workspaces and production lines, in which a small group of tech adepts work tirelessly on the upkeep of servitors and farming equipment. As you can see, these all working diligently.
So cool.
Now, what is it you have to report? We do not wish to lower our production. Many things need to be fixed, as it looks
over to Gearhart carrying the servitor.
Yeah, I put one down. This one attacked us in the fields. Thought I'd bring it back for your diagnostics.
Without moving his arms, once more the mechadendrites pull out from his back and start to intertwine with the inner workings of the servitor.
yes. Yes. This happens all too much now. He has been sabotaged. We need to reinforce these servitors, but To reinforce them is to reduce their speed and efficiency. It would be much simpler if they all could become servitors and praise the Omnissiah better.
As he's deep in thought, working on this servitor.
I do believe that the people of Ankara do not like our presence here. But we only wish to help the people of Gilead. They sabotage these servitors, not knowing that the servitors were once their own flesh and blood, made better in the Omnissiah's image.
Yes, but they act out of fear. They fear that the soul of the man or woman that was the servitor is lost in the process. Fear is a powerful motivator, if not understood. Are there outreach programs trying to educate?
You see Heptex's auspexes just sort of eye you. Click, click, blink.
Outreach.
Question mark.
Inform the people. What they understand, they will fear less. Reduce the fear, increase the efficiency. You're all about efficiency gains. That should be one avenue to pursue.
Heptex goes deathly still for a minute or so. And when he moves again, he goes...
Cogitated. The time and effort into educating the people of Ankara would only cause a 0.1% chance of having effects on servitors. The people of Ankara have had no education. The ecclesiarchy prefer them to be uneducated masses. To educate them in the inner workings of the Mechanicum would likely cause riots.
Heptex does have a point, Paul. Ignorance
Is bliss.
but can be a tool to be used by either the ruinous powers, Xenos, or even agitators themselves. The ecclesiarchy, we sometimes get blind with faith, and Heptex does need to, at some point, gain closer ties with the ecclesiarchy here on the planet, but the confessor herself be very much stuck in her ways and her devout faith, giving her a blind spot towards her flock, which is leading us to why we're here. Heptex, unfortunately, this blindness towards her flock has led to heresy. They do not understand that the Mechanicum is just as much part of the Imperium as the Ecclesiarchy, as the Astra Militarum, or the Inquisition itself. We all work together. Having grown up in a hive world, I was very much the sight of servitors. I even knew a few people myself who were turned into a servitor. Servo skills? Not, but the people on this world aren't used to it, as Paul said. I guess it will be a case of time But in this time so far, it seems they planned an attack on you, which mistakenly attacked us.
Yes, without rallying or giving knowledge to those at Ostia, all play second fiddle to the fact that you have called us here, Heptex, obviously from the message I transmitted to you. The most pressing matter at this current juncture is the fact that there is an assassination attempt on your life.
The assassination attempt is but one of many. These children do not understand us. As you say, Paul, they fear us. But they have not been so bold recently as to attack during the day. Something must be done. Query to you, Paul. You believe that educating these masses would help in our duty. Would you, query, escort some of these servitors to the farming steads with the most dangerous and riotous of peasants? Protect them, keep them from sabotage, show that it is not just the members of the Mechanicus who wish these servitors here. Response.
I love this guy. I love this guy. Response.
Close bracket.
Parentheses.
Addendum. Okay, so what's he asking? Would I escort the servitors and protect them to some of the more hostile areas to try and convince them that they're okay? Show them that people do want them there.
Mm-hmm.
I suppose I should put my... what's the phrase? Words where my mouth are? No.
I mean, money where my mouth is, but you're not putting money down, are you?
No. I suppose I should show willing. I may not possess your abilities of deduction or calculation on numbers, so I wouldn't be able to tell you the exact figures. Though my hunch on human emotion seldom sees some intuition, I may try.
Okay.
Perhaps my presence can convince people to not show outright violence to begin with, offering an opportunity for them to interact a little bit more closely with the servitors. See that they mean to work, to supplement what they themselves are doing. We all have a place in this world, as do servitors. As to your other thought, you said that educating the masses would only offer a 1% increase, but any efficiency gain is an efficiency gain in the journey to 100. Perhaps there is merit. No, Sister Argenta, Lord Gerhardt, with regards to keeping the masses innocent. Yes, I do agree, largely there is bliss in ignorance, but ignorance can also foster ease of manipulation.
Agreed.
People who do not know better do not know how to question.
I do not know if you overheard what the people on the farm were saying, but it seems to tie in with what those radicalists that we came across at the outpost were saying. These shades. I overheard some of them speaking. They were saying that Heptex was in league with these shades, these entities. I believe this might be contributing to the fear more than anything than what the Mechanicus are doing themselves. There seems to be another component at play here that is intertwined with the Mechanicus. Possibly not at their own fault, but due to the ignorance, creating fear.
But my lord, Heptex, Paul, when we visited that outpost, those heretics that we dealt with, they mentioned that the Mechanicum visited those ruins. Those ruins seem to be the source of what is plaguing this people. What did your people find in these ruins?
Although to add to that, it does seem that Ortis was under the impression that the ruins are important to the Heptex, but had yet to actually visit.
The ruins are of the utmost importance. This fact cannot be denied. It is
Why?
imperative. The motive force flows and directs us to our purpose. The search for knowledge continues, and we must access those ruins. I would request in any aid to access those ruins. It is our truth in this life to serve the Omnissiah and to retrieve lost knowledge.
This is part of our... seems to be our mission directive. It is basically to solve this crisis here in Ostia and the lack of food being distributed to the Gilead system. From what I can tell, whatever these shades are, which seem to be possibly coming from these ruins, they seem to be causing dissension and fear within the people, which they are possibly falsely accusing the Mechanicus.
Calculating. 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 Results. There is a 68.7% chance that the Grim Harvest is a rumor spread by the Ecclesiarchy. The Mechanicus that went in search of the ruins did not return. It was a small band. One tech adept with 3 servitors. He was not combat ready. If combat was presented, there is a 98% chance that he would perish.
So you're telling me there's a chance?
so there's still a chance.
Well, so you're saying that, well, whatever there was attacked, but we found signs of potential Xenos foot tracks on the way to the outpost that we... You're drinking from the bottle.
It's been one of those days with IT.
Fuck it out.
100% chance of getting drunk.
Good plug. Anywho, yes, we saw signs of Xenos. Are these ruins that these people are speaking of, are they of human origin? Or are they Xenos?
These are questions left unanswered. Skyward reconnaissance has not allowed for pictures of the ruins. The ruins appear to be in a mountain, accessible by a cave network. Until we get our tech adepts in to search and compute, we have no answers for this. We do not know if they are human or Xenos. If you have proof of Xenos activity, please give me this information so I will cogitate.
Foot tracks. That is all.
I cannot compute with a single word of foot tracks.
So Paul, or possibly even Gerhard, would try and supplement that with actual detail.
Gerhard's on a different train of thought, so...
Right, okay, so Paul would say strides that would indicate a large creature, yet the depressions in the ground would indicate something that is far lighter than the mass, or than the stride length would imply.
Right. DN3.
Ooh, are we getting a heptex roll?
Heptex roll.
Long strides, light body. Could this be abnormal child or Xenos? Xenos probability is greater than abnormal child. Human abnormality is very low on Ostia. Low weight Xenos. Orc unlikely. Tau possible. Aldari possible. Necron unlikely. Query. Did footsteps show claws?
Query, did footsteps show claws? Answer, yes.
Oh, no, sorry. I thought you were repeating the question back. No, sorry. Yeah, they didn't.
I was, but out of character.
Yeah, they weren't claws. No, they weren't claws.
Paul would say, answer, negative.
Affirmative. Unlikely to be Tyranid bios. Possible Tau or Aldari insurrection. Result. Be cautious around these parts. Both Xenos are highly dangerous.
Heptex. It would seem our point of interest is obviously these ruins, and all things indicating it means beelining it to it. However, I am cognizant of the fact that I have Sister Argenta and Paul in tow. I do not wish to see them perish under my watch. I do not wish to see two humans that I lead with into combat. Under my judgment, to get them killed, we've already been close to such a thing. The actions I have already taken, I have taken under my own advisement. What I thought to be doing right at the time has consequences and ripple effects. Things that I must think about when with others. I'm used to working alone. What is the likelihood? Well, firstly, before we go into the ruins, I would like to get as much information as possible so that when we do go, I am not putting my friends here at risk. What is the likelihood that the church, I forgot what they're called, but the church, that the church and the people there, if queried or pressed for information, would have any further information about the ruins and any extra dangers that may lay there, so when we do go, we are better equipped?
Cogitating.
I mean, he's good at this. Might as well use him for it.
Yeah, I know.
Cogitating. The ecclesiarchy on Ostia for decades before the Adeptus Mechanicus. If anyone was to know rumors surrounding the ruins and prior knowledge, it would be the ecclesiarchy. I cogitate that with a 76% certainty that rumors surrounding the ruins and the Grim Harvest originated from the ecclesiarchy. Perhaps you could get answers from them, but likelihood 31%.
Good, Heptex. That's exactly what I was looking for. That 31%, though low, is absolutely worth it. But I turn to you, Paul, and Sister Argenta. We could beeline it straight to the ruins, get our answers. Though, we could be walking into more than we can handle. I couldn't, in good conscience, lead you to such a place without your consent, or at least a vote of confidence. I believe, with more information, we may be able to better handle ourselves. Our little brush with death has given me a new perspective.
I couldn't possibly agree more. Information is, as they say, power.
As I mentioned earlier, every being purge the Xenos, but if there's anything I can do to serve the Emperor better, I shall do so. But Heptex, before we inquire to the ecclesiarchy, I'm going to need to borrow your Vox to make a contact outside of the system, outside of the planet. I need to relay this back to the Inquisition. They must know of Xenos and heresy. And in aid of purging the Xenos, any equipment you have to requisition, I would love for some holy fire to purge this vile Xenos. And I'm sure the same goes for my friend, for the angel here, and perhaps my smaller friend, to aid us in.
And we can use glory to add to the dice pool. We've got 3.
We have...
So it's 1 extra dice each.
Glory.
Yes.
Once again, without revealing or moving his hands, the servo arm on his back points in the direction of this panel over here, Argenta, and says,
Long-range Voxcaster can be found at the back of the Manufactorum. You are welcome to our stores, but I will warn you that sub-paragraph of Adeptus Mechanicus entry to Ostia from the Ecclesiarchy was no Adeptus Mechanicus weapons on planet side. You may find our stores and
points to this door here. Yeah.
you may find our stores through there. Now, if there is anything else, please come find me. I encourage you to look around the Manufactorum We have nothing to hide. We produce the servitors from the weak and the dying, and make them better in the Omnissire's image.
Praise the Emperor.
And with that, he goes off with the servitor in tow. There you go. What would you like to do?
Let's get our requisition on, sister.
Yes. Let's get a requisition on. Do 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 do. Do 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 do.
It is now my headcanon that I can just see Sister Argenta doing a very subtle jig on the way to the door with like an internal tune.
Get me a flamer, kill some heretics, purge them with holy fire.
Just got a sudden spring in her step. Heretics will be purged.
Just do anything heretical? That'd be a paddler.
That's a flaming.
Heresy! Cool, so we're going for the stores first?
Yep.
Yeah.
Right, I will allow each of you to do an investigation roll. It is a DN. Let me remind myself. It is a hard one. It is a DN4.
Okay. Here we go.
Oh!
Investigation, DM.
I'm going to use a ref die
Nice.
to re-roll my shit.
Go for it. Oh!
Yeah, same.
Yeah, I'm not getting anything with that.
I'm gonna roll a raft die.
Oh, he
I
got
did
the
it.
4! He got the 4!
I did it!
Go on, Sister Argenta.
Right, how do I do the...
Just right click and re-roll failed.
Ooh, and a complication. You
Are
start your
you-
toe while looking at stuff.
Oh,
Yes! Fucking clutch lord!
Holy
nice.
shit!
Nice.
Wait, was this requisition or just looking? Because he used a glory. Oh no, he gained a glory, even better! Oh
He
my
gained
God.
a goal. So this is purely investigation. Okay, so Gearhart is 1 pass. Sister Argenta is another pass. Paul, roll me your complication.
Oh, shits himself.
Okay. So as
distracted by memory, I guess.
as
As I
you
wander through
all
the Mechanicus.
as you all enter the storeroom of the Adeptus Mechanicus, Paul, as you enter the piercing bright lights that are so commonplace in these areas, they remind you of your time in the City of Silence. The interrogator's eyes on you, piercing, blinding you, making sure that there isn't a scrap of heresy on you. It's distracting, and unfortunately, you no longer feel like searching through this room.
Nah,
Ooh, Tom, that was very good. Damn.
Yeah.
Thank you.
That was very nice.
But
That was vivid. That was vivid in my mind.
we have 2 successes. Now let me just get this up. I am shocked that you both got it. Right.
I didn't use a ref to do it.
You
though. I
did,
used
you
a
did,
ref
you
to do
did.
it.
Yeah, and that's absolutely your prerogative. You're allowed to do that.
What? So, Tom, what they've now done is distort value to get things that should have been out of reach.
Exactly. Ah, brilliant. Yeah, very much so.
The Emperor provides.
Yes. He does.
Okay.
Got glory as well. Yes.
Right. So, with Gearhart's normal pass, you look through the rows and rows of not wardrobes, that makes it sound really silly. Containers, we'll say containers. You look through the containers.
Cabinets?
Yeah, cabinets. Yeah, sure, cabinets. So you look through the cabinets, you're opening them. Every time you're opening them, you're seeing various pieces of unusual Adeptus Mechanicus paraphernalia. You're seeing lots of syringes, cogs, small boxes filled with unusual gears and coins and springs that you wouldn't have the faintest idea what they go into. But after a certain amount of searching, you do come across something rather unusual, and it catches your eye. You come across an auger array. An auger array is a collection of subdermal microcogitators and protruding sensory clusters, which can be wired directly into the recipient's visual cortex. It is a rather nice augmetic implant.
Is that the one that can make you talk to machines?
Hang on.
Stand by.
Stand by. There we go. Right, it's right in front of you, Gerhard.
8. Okay, so gear, auger array. A collection of subdermal microculture effect. You have either an auspex or a diagnostic permanently implanted in your brain. You can take this implant twice, choosing the auspex or diagnoster on each time.
So
Okay.
that is what you find. It doesn't do anything yet because it is a augment. If you wish to implant it, that is something you can do, but it will take time. But it is something you find that you would know to be of value.
They do two different things.
Right, so
What did you say it was called? Auger array.
auger array is what was found.
Augmetics. That's very fucking good. That's very good.
My God. Okay. The Auspex version of that.
Yep.
Activated
Yep.
as a combat action to detect energy emissions, motions, and other life signs within 50 meters.
What?
Ooh.
That is clutch.
Yep. It is a powerful, powerful little thing. Now, Ed, because you rolled a critical, give me a 1d6 roll, and it will tell me which one you get.
The diagnostic could be good for Sister Argenta
4.
too, though.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Yes, but Agenda didn't find it.
No, true.
Right.
Flame.
He did say that no weapons were allowed planetside, but instead of a weapon, whilst you're searching, you come across an augmetic respirator, which is an oxygen pump. Oxygen pumps molecular gas filters and rebreathing ducts replace the fleshy bellows of your lungs. Again, a nice mechanicum augmetic implant, should you wish to implant it when you have the time.
You gain +1 bonus die to toughness tests to resist toxic gases and diseases and poisons.
Can hold your breath for twice as long.
Mm-hmm.
That's actually... if you ever get shoved out into space, that
will be very helpful. Yeah.
Helpful, yeah.
There you go. So, you raid their stores. You come across various other things, various different kinds of agri hand augmetics, from augmetic scythes to threshing materials, unusual whippings, but those are the things that catch your eye, unless Paul, of course, wants an agri scythe for an arm.
Nah.
Nah.
There you go.
Nah, I prefer my hands.
So how do we requisition from here? Can we?
Well,
So, what you would essentially do, if you wanted to request something, you could request it via Heptex and essentially say, look, I am in need of X, Y, and Z. Can you get this for us? Can you requisition it? So yeah, that's when, if you want a very specific thing, that's when that would come into play with your influence.
I would like to try to do that.
Sure. So Heptex is over here working on his servitor.
Heptex.
I wish to try requisition some gear. In particular, the good thing Tom talked about. That's what it's called.
Brother Gerhard, you wish for a jeweler's grip for your chainsword?
That is the one, Heptex, yes. Anything in stock?
It is not something that we produce here on Ankara, but throw me an influence test and we will see if what we can do.
Query: what is your influence?
I believe it was a 5. Let me find it.
Four. It's a 4.
Jewelers.
It's possible.
Where is my... Here it is. I mean, you can use glory to add a die, and then I can use a wrath reroll, so...
I mean, I'm happy for you to use the glory.
So it's a influence 4 for you to requisition. Yeah, you're right.
And then I can also use wealth to...
You can
try
wealth
and
to
shore up
automatically get 1 or 2 or however many you want to spend. So if you get 2 icons, you can spend 2 wealth to requisition it, essentially.
Nice. Okay, so I'm just looking for where the fuck that is.
If you go into... it's effects? Yeah, sorry, gear. Go to gear, and it's the one on the top left, influence 2.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
I'm happy for you to use the glory. Ed?
yeah, I'm going to be looking to do that as well.
It's not happening. It's not happening.
Do you want to roll the complication?
Sure.
Oh no, not this again.
Not this again.
Gerhard is a magnet for chaos.
Gerhards, liking to spill more blood with that shiny sword, I see.
As Gerhard becomes ever so frightened of the image of Heptex that warps and changes in front of him.
Would I have had a chance to do Deny the Witch on that?
You're not very close to them.
No, I'm just
Frenzied?
outside of the room.
Would you have recovered from your episode of light?
That's a good question. He will have. So, like, this has all happened in a relatively short amount of time. They've gone in, done a thing, and so it's not been that much. It's not been that long.
Will check?
I could.
It's up to you.
I mean,
will
it's up to Tom, really. Like,
Yeah, if you want to do a will check to do that.
Sure. Let's do that. I don't know what the DN would be.
It'd be a DN3, standard roll.
Alright, standard roll. I got a good chance.
Man's got will for days.
I do have will for days.
Cool. Okay, so I will allow you, but remember last time to do the Deny the Witch against a Chaos God, it was a DN 10.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll have like a natural inclination to want to try that. I'm going to do the shift here and just shift one of these to glory.
Sure, go for it.
Because why not? Right, okay, cool. So, Deny the Witch. Where was that? Where's that? Talents, Deny the Witch.
Re-roll complications, can you?
I don't think so, no.
All characters, blah blah blah. The DM for the Deny is 2 plus the DM of the psychic power you are trying to deny. You said the DM was 10. So I should click on. Oh, here.
Yeah, it should be in combat.
Yeah. Alright, okay. Base. DM is 10. Yeah, okay. Well, let's see.
Ooh,
not good enough.
that's another Perils of the Warp!
Oh,
Oh
boys.
god, this is fucking session 1 all over again.
Is there anything I can do?
It's almost a success as well. Almost
It
a
is
success.
almost a success. I can't retroactively do glory, can I? I mean, I suppose
No,
I
you can
do
spend
Wrath.
Wrath to re-roll the dice, but you have got a Perils of the Warp. So regardless of whether you win or succeed, you've got Perils of the Warp.
So you can use glory to add extra D rolls, but it has to be at least partially spending glory gives you more options. Gaining glory, it's right here. You can use it. It's after rolling, but before the result, which is an interesting one.
Oh
that's
yeah,
gonna
which
be-
in this one you'd always know, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
I'm gonna spend a wrath. I'm gonna re-roll the ones that failed.
There you go. Ah,
Right, so I can feel the warp rippling around me, and I go, fuck, not again. Trying to sort of subdue it from happening from wherever it is.
Give me your Perils of the Warp, please.
Yeah. Well, it's session 1 again.
Okay, so right.
Fuck's sake!
Let me just remove that then.
or just crop dusted the whole factory.
So
25-meter radius.
Paul,
Yeah, that's pretty much. Yeah, that's the whole thing.
you feel those metallic tang in the air, that unusual sense when something from beyond the realms of our reality lurk in the darkness. You sense one trying to break through, to influence, to tease, to torment. And using your innate abilities, you manage to hold back the tide. Gearhart, as you start to hear the voice in your head, it's pushed out of existence. If anyone was to turn around and look, Paul, they would see blood red mist pouring out of your pores, pouring out into the manufactorum as everything falls into a red haze before slowly evaporating up into the rafters.
Oh, I've just okay. Yeah, so I guess what you guys will see now is like Paul is now sort of clutching two fingers against his temples and just like really concentrating hard to prevent this from happening. Smoke is coming out of various parts of his circuitry to try and keep everything under control, but it's like billowing out from him. Like you could see the pulse in his forehead, the veins popping with the force of effort that he is trying to contain this.
Nice. You successfully denied a chaos god.
And then he sort of collapses onto the ground, hands and knees, going,
Query.
And I look at Heptex and I go, so I guess that's a no.
Yes. What? Okay. Right. I'm sorry about that, Heptex. That was. We can't take you anywhere, Paul. Sorry.
Query. Why did your friends shed tears of blood from their eyes and cover my manufactorum in them?
There are many things that we have to sanction, unfortunately, that I don't necessarily agree with. Imperium, mutants and psychers being one of them, but he certainly serves a purpose. I understand why they use them so much in the Inquisition. He's very, very resourceful when it comes to those powers. Unfortunately, he sometimes lets off a load of gas and
you're
from errors.
welcome. I just inhibited outside influence from the warp from piercing the veil.
He's always doing that, Tex. I require something of a bit more close in nature. If you have, say, a hand bolter or a hand flamer, that would be of ideal.
You guys have just done a top gear. Well, anyway.
Calculating.
It's happened enough now.
Yeah.
Calculating. The red mist has not affected production rates. We will not buy you entry, but please, no more parlor works. Sister Argenta, I hate to waste the good words of the Omnisire, but I did tell you that we were not allowed to bring any weapons down to Ostia. However, if you wish me to make a request to the Departmental Minitorum for such a weapon, I have the facility to request this.
And I would be very grateful if you did so.
Influence me, bitch. What were you asking for? Sorry, it was a heavy flamer.
No, either a hand bolter or a hand flamer.
A hand bolter, or well, you got to ask for one or the other. You can't ask for both.
Or bolt.
Heads or tails?
Well, it's just I'd have to get like 2 exalted die. No, I need to get 1 exalted die.
Wait, a hand bolter?
Yeah.
What's a hand bolter?
It's
Bolt pistol, right?
bolt pistol, yeah.
Oh,
But they call it hand bolter.
sorry, bolt pistol. Yeah.
Yeah, bolt pistol. I'm thinking of hand flamer, sorry.
Sure. So a bolt pistol is a influence 5.
Yep.
And was it an inferno pistol you were asking for?
No, a hand flamer.
Hand flamer, hand flamer, hand flamer. Hand flamer would be...
That is a 6.
A hand flamer would be a 6, you're right. So a 5 or a 6, your choice.
Fuck it, 6. Let's go for it.
Let's
Fuck
go
it.
for it. Wants that hand flamer.
Yeah.
We've got 5 glory die.
So
You can use like 3 of them if you want. Easily.
yeah, I've got ability. So which influence?
So if you go into your gear, and at the top it says 1 influence. So if
I
you
should have 3 because I upped my stat.
why has that not pulled through properly? I've updated it for you now. Was it fellowship you updated?
Yeah.
Why has that not gone through? Yeah, because you got fellowship 3.
Yeah.
No, it's just not done it. There you go. You got influence 3, so if you want a 6, you have to roll some exalted dice or use the glories so long as everyone's okay with it.
And
I'm happy for it.
no. My thing's not going to affect that. Let's see. Come on!
Oh no.
Oh no. You have wrath if you wish to re-roll.
Nah. Is what it is. Oh, it looks like we don't have any in
I'm
stock.
sorry to report that the hand flamer you requested is not currently being produced on Avacaris. The Forge world, may the Omnissiah bless it, is going through some interesting times at the minute. Perhaps we can discuss that later, but first, let us help anchor and feed the populace.
Yes, and with that in mind, I just pop over here and have a speak on the Vox. I need to reach out to the Gilead. Prime
Sure.
to speak to the Inquisition.
So as you walk over to the Vox caster, you see another tech adept. This one is almost hovering above the desk station. It's got 4 servo arms working various gears and panels, and 2 mechadendrites coming out from underneath it, plugged into the desk. What would you like to say and or do?
Tech Adept, I need to use your box. May you help me?
Affirmative.
It is of utmost importance that I reach out to the Inquisition on Gilead Prime.
Do you have authorization for inquisitorial vox beams?
You are getting your money's worth out of that voice modulator.
No, but right. So, Tom, my canoness is currently serving with, like, taking orders from the Inquisition at the moment. Would that give me right to speak to the Inquisition, or should I try and contact my canoness to then send the message over to the Inquisition?
I would say, I mean, it's up to you what Argenta would know. It would be infinitely easier to get a message to Canoness Jean de Gauss than it would be for you to get a message to the Inquisition. However, you're willing to try either one.
Oh, sorry, just give me a sec, Tom, because I got the name there.
Canoness Jean Grace de Emersa.
Yeah, but I'm not from this system, so she's not my canoness. I have a different one because I came from somewhere else.
Yes, so you were sent here on the Veronius flotilla
Yeah.
from your canoness, who was Viridian, but she didn't come with you.
Yeah.
Are you attempting to send a message out of system? Which you're welcome to try.
No, I put it on my sheet that because okay, fair enough. I put it on my sheet that because we came together and she was on Gilead Prime, but I'll just
she's in Gilead Prime.
Yeah, but I'll just, if it's for easier sake, I just would have gone with Veronius on the ship. Things happened, and then I served with the other canoness. Yes, I'll just speak. I'll set Vox over to the canoness then.
Sure. That's fairly easy. Canoness Jean Grace de Emersa. Canoness Jean Grace de Emersa, as you would know, is on Enoch, which is not far away from Ostia. That's the name. And would be a fairly easy Vox transmission to send. So what would you like to say?
I'm trying to think of what would be the appropriate title. Highest Canoness, I have grave news from the planet of Ostia. The people have unfortunately succumbed to heresy. The driftings of this Dawn Lord, this leniency that we have shown these people, has given room for malintentions to spread across the people. They do not understand the wider importance of every facet of the Imperium. We are led to believe that there is Xenos on this planet, and I beg of you to send this message and warning to the Inquisition and inform them that even if we do come to a solution here, it may have spread much further than we can be possibly aware. It is of the highest import for the protection of the wider system and for the food to continue to flow that the Inquisition visits this planet and rids it of the vile Xenos and of the heretic.
Can you roll me a 1d6, and stuff will only happen on a 6 or a 1?
Cool.
Ooh.
Okay.
4s all day.
4s all day. Nothing wrong with a 4.
I can confirm that the message has been sent to Holy Enoch. The Canoness will no doubt pick up your message.
Thank you, Tech Adept. I shall be on my way. And then leaves.
Wonderful. So then, with that, you have sent your message to the local canoness in the sector, proclaiming Ostia as potentially heretical, full of Xenos, and requiring purging from the Inquisition. Gearhart
That's quite a damning report.
has managed to acquire himself some nifty augments from these helpful tech priests of the Mechanicus, and Paul has single-handedly prevented a chaos god from breaking through warp space.
I mean, you are welcome.
Heptex, after you finish your business, gestures you around the Manufactorum site, taking you into some of the side rooms, taking you upstairs, and he shows to you the work that is being done, the work that has been sanctioned by the people of the Circlet Council. He takes you through, and you see peasants in cryopods, frozen in place without moving. Their injuries, sometimes obvious, crushed hands, perhaps from machinery fallen on them, or visible ailments, boils, skeletal frames, a weakness of the flesh. These are all clearly dying or near to people, just as the Mechanicum promised.
Yeah, they do look either old or frail.
As I said, we are doing the work of the Omnisire. All we aim for is the good and efficient production of food sources to keep the people of Gilead safe.
Heptex, in what condition do human beings have to be in to be part of the servitor process?
Hang on.
Got myself confused now. 2 seconds.
The Adeptus Ministorum provide us with the names and locations of various people who are either dying or severely injured beyond the use to the Emperor. It is those people we collect, and it is those people we convert in this holy image.
Well, I don't believe any sacrifice should be made in vain, the Emperor. There were a significant number, possibly up to 300 souls who decided to attack us and attack you, thinking that we were you. There should be a significant amount of potentials to be turned into continued servants of our Holy Emperor under the Mechanicum. Perhaps maybe some servo skills.
Did their bodies still draw breath?
No.
We are not gods. We cannot create life where there is none.
Ah.
Yes,
I shall
between
watch.
Paul turning them into pulp and me cutting their heads off, I don't think they can then serve the Imperium any further.
If you wish to support us in the future, I request that you keep them alive, and we will make sure that their final acts are in his service.
I shall remember that.
Earhart, in his mind, goes back to when he doesn't say this out loud, but in a monologue, he knows when the red thirst takes him, and he goes, "I'll try."
Yes. Thank you for proving your case. I don't think any of us doubted you. Now, off to the Ecclesia.
You pause. You did say you would aid me in my task.
I did say I would offer. I suppose it depends on whether or not we have the time. Investigating the ruins would be a priority. Perhaps successfully showing that whoever has taken the bodies of the young and able, as the rumors would have it, are not in fact being taken by the Mechanicus, but by Xeno scum, would serve to function as a powerful argument in the Mechanicus's favor, in addition to me helping out, observing servitors in a farmstead by those who are more resistant to its cause. Would that be favorable for you? A deferred activity with more favorable odds.
The ruins are, and forever will be, our main goal in Ankara. But for us to continue here unabated by the ecclesiarchy, we need the attacks on our servitors to stop. If the attacks continue, we will not be seen as supporting of the increased production. I would ask that you spend some time escorting the servitors and ensuring that they come back unmolested. Of course, if you have more important things to do, then so be it.
What is the location in which they need to be escorted?
We have a group of 5 servitors heading out to the local fields. These have been recently tested and trained.
How close does that draw us to the church?
The church would be a couple of hours' walk from there.
A favor for a favor. I feel this. Where the fuck is that coming from?
I think your voice modulator is picking up some noise from somewhere.
Oh, sorry. I'll put
It's
it
your
further
heavy
away.
breathing.
2 hours walk is not far at all. If we can get both done, then we are serving the Empire. We are serving the Imperium. In more ways than one. It is not putting us off track. 2 hours is not far.
Then we are agreed. Far be it of me to get in the way of one of the Emperor's angels.
With efficiency like that, Gerhard, they should get you to work in the administratum.
They did threaten it.
Do any of you have a Vox bead?
I do.
Lord Gerhard, you can use the same passphrase I gave previously in use of your Vox bead to get directly to my attention. Once you have accomplished your task, please inform me of your progress.
These Vox beads are limited in range. Will I be able to get a hold of you?
Hold, please.
A moment.
1,000 meters.
It is 1,000 meters.
That is not far.
Have you got anything at hand that could boost the frequency of this Vox bead to get in touch with you?
A facility such as the Mechanicus will probably have some fancy gadgets. A requisition.
A requisition
box.
could be made.
We are in his good graces. He wants us to get in contact with him. Perhaps it may lower the DN.
Yes, he does, and he does want you to. He does want you to get in contact with him. Let me just double check a couple of things.
Well, each character can only requisition once per session, so I'm out.
I'm
Oh,
out.
that leaves me, doesn't it?
Pull.
With my influence one.
It
I thought
should.
it was
No,
two.
it should be 2. I don't know why it's not
Yay.
gone through properly. It should be your tier.
Oh, hang on. I put 2.
It's alright. I've updated.
Ah, shit. Okay.
Wait, you get influenced by your tier?
I believe it's influence plus your fellowship.
Wait, should mine be 5 then? So I've
No,
got
because
2
you got
tier,
2 tier and
3 fellowship.
maybe it is 5. Let's have a look.
Because I've got 1 fellowship plus 1 due to my background, and if it's by tier, then I should have 4.
Influence.
This is shenanigans!
Influence.
I could have had my bolter!
Well,
You're never
well, hang
having
on.
your bolter.
What? With a 2 and a 1 and a 3, and you'd have had 2 more dice to roll.
I'd be tempted to roll a wrath if I knew it was like somewhat possible.
Plus, if I got 2 6s, I could spend 2 wealth. Boom, I've got it.
Exactly. All I need is 3 and 2 wealth.
Influence test. What makes up influence?
I think it's not tier though, but if it is, then
I thought it was.
Was influence just money?
Mm,
Sorry,
No.
is tier just money?
I think from what I read, I'm pretty sure it's not tier by. You don't get influence just by tier. I'm sure, but I'm 50-50, so maybe that's not it. Sure. Actually, that's actually not sure at all. That's actually could be either way, so I'm not sure. But I do know tier is by wealth.
Right. Influence test. You can use your position or to get an influence test. That's not helpful. What is influence? Influence test. How do we make up influence? The tier of your campaign influence DNs. Influence bonus. Bonus influence. Influence. How much bonus you gain when you purchase the Ascension package? No. Tarty.
So 21, 29, 37. Let's try that. Let's go from the top of the book. 21.
Hand flamer doesn't seem so fucking ridiculous now.
Influences the numerical representation of your character's reputation. Some archetypes provide a modifier that blah blah blah. Okay, that's really helped.
Influence, here we go. A measure of your social authority reputation. Your starting influence is equal to your fellowship minus 1. There we go. Ignore me, I don't know what I'm talking about.
Equal to fellowship minus 1. Oh, my fellowship is 2, so my influence is 1.
Oh. So it was right. And
Yeah.
Sister Argenta
Oh.
shouldn't be 3, it should be 2. So what was that about
It was right.
nerfing now?
God damn it!
Your starting influence is equal to your fellowship minus 1. Unlike your skills, influence is only applicable when you're dealing with social. Yeah, the Imperium is functional. Feudal system. Yeah.
Buffening.
So,
It was the
buffening.
it's a 2 for Sister Argenta. Thank you very much. Paul is a 1.
No one
And-
likes it as like.
Wait, does that mean that Gerhardt's 0?
That can't
Well,
be right.
well,
It
I've
must be a
got
minimum of 1,
Your
right?
starting
fellowship.
influence is equal fellowship minus 1.
So I've got fellowship 1, and I've got a +1 to influence due to my background.
Oh, okay. Oh, so that
yeah.
that probably makes sense then. So it was 0 and then it was 1 because of the +1 for your background.
So it's not 2, it's 1.
It's 1, yeah.
Brother!
Brother! The influence. Yeah.
Join
It's really
me.
weird here. It says my influence is 0, but the total's 2. I just don't know where that 2 is coming from. Because it says... So my fellowship's 1, but in Doctors of Doom it says influence 0, but I still have 2 somehow?
So related to Space Marine implant apparently gives you an extra 1. Something about your Space Marine implant gives you a +1. Oh, that just gives you a general plus. You gain a +1 dice to any test related to. Oh, would that be related?
Well, I could roll this influence with my 1 influence and maybe use.
I mean, you've
full
got
glory.
load of glory. You can roll that. But James, we'll because it's 25 past 11. We'll look into it. But on page 37.
I've already rolled my shit anyway.
Yeah, on page 37, it does say your starting influence is equal to your fellowship -1.
Yeah. Okay.
So, who knows?
Yeah. I mean, I'm not rolling any more at the moment, so it's not a big issue.
Yeah. But yeah, Simon, if you want to roll your fellowship with some glory, it is.
I'm gonna go with full glory.
It is a DN5.
That brings my dice pool up to 5, unless I use all the glory to give my dice pool 6.
It's up to you.
I need consensus on this.
I will say, like I said, I think I mentioned it, but your glory resets at the end of every session, and so does your wrath. So you've got 5 glory, use it or lose it.
Oh, and I've got 1 more wrath as well. Shall I? Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
So I'll use all the glory, and then depending on the result, I'll also use one of my wrath.
So using 5 glory, and you've got 1 wrath to use. So it's a +5 bonus for your influence test. You need 3 plus 2. It's DN5, yeah.
So you got to re-roll with the wrath first, then use glory. So you can't do the glory then re-wrath it. It's got to be your
good point.
Base roll, re-roll that, then add the glory.
But I'd only be re-rolling 1 of the.
Well,
I mean, if it's let's do that. Okay, I'll do it with 0.
Vox speed.
Voxcaster,
All
this
right.
would be. Voxcaster.
Oh, Voxcaster, yeah.
Right, okay, so this is my base roll, which is an
with
icon.
Success. Right.
So now I do 5 d6s.
Yep.
Go on.
No dice.
Only one of them's an icon. So at the minute you got 2, so you can re-roll 4 with the wrath.
You can't re-roll
I
the
can't.
glory.
Oh, you can't re-roll.
Which is why we're doing it in that order. So I'm re-rolling without the. So I rolled without the glory first, so that I would have a dice pool to select to re-roll.
Okay, so thank you.
I failed.
To give that sort of distance, we would need a Voxcaster. Voxcasters are not common on Ostia. Perhaps I could get one of the deck adepts to produce one, but it might take some time.
I suppose we'll just have to relay a message at our earliest convenience then.
If I can find a cogitator, I'll get that information to you.
May you go with the grace of the Omnisire, then.
And he does a deep bow.
The Emperor provides.
Emperor protects.
Although in this instance he did not provide.
Heresy.
Heresy, brother.
You still draw breath. He is providing.
And with that, you leave the Julcian complex. Its putrid smell slowly dissipating from your nostrils as in front of you lie the endless green landscape of Ankara. Marching alongside you are 4 servitors, fresh from the factory and ready to do the work of the Omnisire.
Do they have like a fresh car smell?
They do, and they've got a little pine tree around their necks,
Nice.
just to really hammer it in. And with that, we'll end tonight's session.
Hey. That was good. That was good.
Yeah,
There
that's
was a lot of nice flavour in there.